Yes, I finally got it. I finally got it. Animals. Savages. Marston, sir. It's good to see you, Oldbean. Good to see you.
And you too, Professor.
Forgive me. I am in a state of remarkable agitation, partly due to standard narcotic impulses, but also due to the fact that I have finally solved the riddle that has tormented my mind these past 8 years.
What's that?
The nature of the savage soul. What makes some societies great, like ours, and others, not worse. I would never use a pejorative such as worse, but lesser.
Meaning?
What makes these beings less human than us? Closer to beast on the continuum between animal and God. You know, I argued with Fortescue at Yale about this. It caused a minor scandal. But I shall be proven right, sir. I shall. Mark my words. I shall show them all what civilization is all about. The redskins and the nubs at Yale. Come, sir. I have a way to sate both our desires. I will bring you, Vanderlint, and me, the evidence of savages reverting to type. Come, sir! Follow me! I asked Nastas to bring the horses around front. Quick, man, quick!
Slow down, baby. Slow it down.
My heart's beating like a drum.
Try to calm down, Professor.
Calm down! I've never been so excited in all my life!
Hello, Professor. Mr. Marston.
Yeah?
This is it! Years of research!
What were you talking about back there? Where are we going?
Nastas has set up a meeting. A powwow, I think they call it. A meeting of minds, of souls. Indians and whites, academics and criminals coming together to find a common understanding.
Nastas, this fool's making no sense.
Some of Vanderlyn's men have agreed to meet with Professor McDougal up at Bear Claw Cabin.
Why the hell would they want to do that?
I think they are interested to find out what conclusions a white man has reached on hundreds of years of culture and society from the comfort of his hotel room.
Wonderful! Do you think I could ask for a skin sample from the soles of their feet?
I don't think that's a good idea. Come on!
I'm actually a little nervous, I have to say. A touch of the old jitters.
No, kid.
It's no small relief to have the two of you.
Whoa!
A bear! Shoot it! Shoot it!
Are you crazy? What's wrong with you?
Come on! Thank heavens! Now let's get out of here! There's no time to rest!
Yeah!
My goodness, I'm still shaking! What a ferocious animal!
That bear showed no signs of aggression. If we hadn't shot first, it most likely would have ignored us and moved on.
All very well for you to say, but perhaps you have some kind of primal bond with these animals, but I, sir...
Here we are.
Well, let's get this started. I hope I don't have to smoke a pipe. Hello, gentlemen. We come in peace.
Those words mean nothing coming from people like you. Look at what you've done to us. Look at us! We live like animals, scrabbling in the dirt.
Well, violence isn't the answer.
Maybe you live in a different America than we.
Men like Vanderlint will lead you to disaster.
I think we've already experienced disaster. The likes which you could only imagine. Put your hands up!
We come in peace. Do as he says, Marston.
You call this a meeting?
Give me your damn weaponry.
This is not what we agreed to.
You shut your mouth, you treacherous snake! Holy shit! Damn it, Dutch! Professor, get down now!
Somebody's over
Kill
there.
the stars!
Stop that!
Marston! You have to get us out of here!
Just keep your head down!
Never in all my days!
Just a bunch of women playing outlaw!
You won't leave me alone in here, will you? I think I've had about enough of field work for today. Time to return home, sir.
Right. Let's go now while we got the chance.
Yes, let's get out of this hellhole and back to civilization. Giddy up!
Come on!
Come on!
We should move quickly! There's plenty more where they came
My
from!
God, I feel terrible! My head is pounding!
Getting shot at'll do that to you!
I'm completely drained! It's like my body has aged 10 years!
Stop moaning and ride! You want more? I hope you got money for a funeral! I can't see any more of them. Come on, Professor. Let's get you back to Blackwater.
I'd appreciate it if you would, Mr. Marston. I'm a shadow of my former self. Well, I can safely say that was the worst experience of my life.
I wish I could say the same.
Blackwater. Ah, I will never talk ill of you again.
Civilization in all its glory, Mr. McDougal.
And am I glad to be back? I'm in dire need of a syringe. Something to clear the mind, restore the spirit.
So you ain't planning on sleeping then?
Sleep? My dear boy, I'll probably never sleep again. Slow it up! Safe and sound. Thank the Lord.
So much for a meeting of minds.
Thank you, Mr. Marston. I could be boiling in a pot right now if it wasn't for you.
Get some rest, Professor.
Blackwater wouldn't have...
I can't believe my lying eyes. John Morton.
Yeah, hold on. How do you do? Howdy. Someone has been attending the beds of...
Hey, partner.
Take a look at what we got. You won't be disappointed. The editor of the Blackwater Ledger is being blackmailed by the East Indian Tobacco Company. I heard some nonsense about treasure hidden in a broken tree.
That's good, thank you.
Howdy, Marston.
Professor!
Oh, it's you, dear boy. Come in, and shut the door.
What's going on? You leaving?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am, sir. You know the thing that is vital, without which scholarship cannot proceed, sir?
No, I don't.
Not having a bullet in your flipping neck, sir. I am not cut out for this. No, I'm not cut out for this at all.
Nope.
They're fucking savages! Savages!
I think we all are.
Not me, sir. I'm from Connecticut. I'm a professor at Yale. I write books. I do not deserve to die out here. Where's my tincture? Oh, yes.
You okay, Professor?
Oh, dandy, sir. Just dandy. Oh, great heavens above!
Is that you, John?
Hello, Dutch.
I think that's what they call two for the price of one out here in this wonderful place.
Maybe so, Dutch.
You and your friend there, the professor, we're gonna kill the both of you.
Why you want to do a thing like that?
I don't know. Sport, I guess.
Fair enough. Why don't I come out there? We fight. Let the professor go and send your boys back to their families.
Well, that sounds like a beautiful plan, John. Only problem is, my boys here, they already lost their families a long time ago. We aren't thieves, John. We're fighting for something a bit like you, only we're fighting for an idea, not just for ourselves.
That's beautiful, Dutch. You always were a fine speaker.
I was. Now, would you kindly send that academic out here so we can show him what we really think about the art of anthropology?
Please, sir, what are we going to do?
I'm gonna hand you over to him and watch him tear you limb from limb.
What?
I'm just kidding. We're gonna run across the rooftops. Get you back to your ivory tower.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank me, we're still here. Come on.
Good day, sir. Madam.
Look here, sir. What is the meaning of this outrage?
You two stay down and shut up.
Come on. We can get to the roof this way.
Do something! He's going to kill me!
One more move, and he's a dead man.
God, you took your sweet time! What do we do now? They've got us pinned down on both sides. To get us out of here!
You ever stop talking? I think that's most of them. The coast looks clear.
Come on then! Let's make a break for it! The horses should be in an alleyway down here! What the devil? Come on! Let's get the hell out of Blackwater!
Yeah!
Head for Manzanita Post! I'm taking the first train out of here! This really couldn't have gone more horribly wrong!
At least you got some good material for your next book.
You know, I dreamt of documenting the last days of the Old West. The romance, the honor, the nobility. But it turns out it's just people killing each other.
It always was, Professor. And the Old West ain't quite dead yet.
Oh, I know, Mr. Marston. Believe me, I know. This is insanity! Giddy up! No! Here they come! Come on! Hurry! There's more of them!
Come on!
Here we are! Finally! A one-way ticket to civilization, please. My research is complete. Much as I thought. There's no civilizing this savage land.
I could have told you that for nothing.
Ah, but they'll give me a prize in New Haven for this. Well, they bloody better. Well, goodbye, Mr. Marston. Best of luck, dear friend.
So long, Professor.
So long, sir.
Let's go! Whoa!
What do you want, Marston?
My family. I've done what you asked.
No, you haven't. This is the land of opportunity, and I gave you the opportunity to save your family, and you failed. How could I possibly reward you?
Marston, you're a public menace. We should have had you killed.
I wish you had. But since you didn't, where's my family?
Oh, spare me the noble savage fall on the sword tripe, will you, old boy? It's nauseating. You don't wish to be dead. You're an insignificant creature desperately clinging on to life like the rest of the scum in this town. Yeah, I know, it's tough. You like Dutch. He's a charming fellow. He makes sense. He's like one of those nature writers from back east. Only he takes things a tiny little step too far. Rather than just loving the flowers and the animals and the harmony between man and beast, he shoots people in the head for money and disagreeing with them.
He's a goddamn killer.
Now, I'm not a great intellect, but the metaphysical leap from admiring the flower to shooting a man in the head because he doesn't like the flower is a leap too far. So, I know it's easy. You see, me and Archer, we're the bad guys. We enforce the rules. Now, while the rules may not be perfect, they're really not so bad.
Exactly. What's the alternative?
Yeah. See, I'll tell you what the alternative is. It's not complicated. It's about one man and his gun versus another man. Sure, civilization may be dull, but the alternative, Mr. Marston, is hell.
And the way you enforce this civilization, this freedom for men to like or not like flowers, or whatever in God's name you were just talking about, is to kidnap a man's wife and son?
Well, I know there's contradictions. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, as I said, I'm not a great intellect. Now, after the debacle with the army and the bank, we have to put Mr. Vanderlyn to rest ourselves. Will you help us?
Do I have any choice?
Now that you mention it, no.
Then what was that pretty speech in aid of?
I don't rightly know, but it sure felt good saying it.
Shall we, Mr. Marston?
Let's go. Now keep your finger off that trigger until we get out of Blackwater.
Come quick! Take a look at this thing!
Have you seen this? He's got a gun on the back! In all my born days, I never seen such a thing. An Iron Dragon. That's the devil's working I ever saw.
They told me about these. The Army's been building them in secret.
Oh my God! What kind of automobile is that?
This killing machine of yours seems to be turning a few heads.
Our armed forces have no equal. We have made incredible progress the past few years.
Is that what you
And
call
this
it?
isn't much more than a simple prototype. You should see what they're working on in Virginia. Soon there will be no war we can't win.
The Army has made camp a little way outside town. They put word out a large cache of ammunition and food is stored there.
Vanderlyn's gang needs constant supplies, so that should be enough to draw him in.
No mistakes this time. You hear me, Marston?
I thought you were talking to Fordham.
Hear the cow!
finger!
What's the word, Captain?
We spotted one of Dutch's men about an hour ago. I think he took the bait.
Let's get in position then. Have your men ready to run them down if you have to.
Dismiss! Load weapons and get to the sandbags! Move!
Are you ready to finish this, Mr. Marston?
I guess so.
Hold your fire until I give the word. There they are! Open fire! Who wants me now?
We should have done this a long time ago!
Take them early! I've been waiting for this day!
Christ, that was close!
This ends now! Stand up, bitches! We'll kill you all!
Keep it coming, fellas!
They are retreating! Cease fire and mount up! We're going after them! Christ! This thing's a lot bumpier off the road!
It's gonna be a mess if we have to follow them into the woods.
This is insanity! I can hardly hold on!
Just shut up and drive, Fordham! Look out behind those rocks!
We'll kill every last one of you! Where are they coming from? They're like rats!
You wanted to kill me!
Keep it steady! Gun them now! Hey! wagon's out of control! It's coming straight at our cavalry!
Well, Mr. Marston, it seems like your mentor Dutch no longer looks quite so kindly to his student.
That man is insane.
So it seems.
I think we need to get him before sundown.
As you say, Captain. Otherwise, he'll be gone again.
And what if I say no?
Now, before I shoot you myself, let me just point out the obvious. The one person we have left that can appeal to Mr. Vanderlyn is the last person we know who knows him. Your wife.
That won't be necessary. Mr. Ross, Captain, let's go.
Mount up, men! Let's move out!
Come on.
So you're the one who's gonna kill him?
Let's go. Yeah. Go.
You, blow that gate open. Move, soldier.
Go! Get down!
Forward! Move in! It's time to kill these motherless bastards! Over there! How's up, man?
I thought we were friends!
Nice work, man!
Is that the best you can do?
Come on! Shoot him! Covering fire! Push forward! I need some cover! Son of... Bring everything I got! Come on!
You tough guy, huh?
Give us some cover!
You scared now, huh? You little
We need cover! This is the United States Army!
Another honest day's work.
Move up!
I got a bullet here intended for you.
Put down your weapons!
Forgive me, friend.
Look out! 4 of them!
Gonna help us out here?
There it is!
Surrender now!
You know you're gonna die, right?
Push into the village! Come on, let's finish this!
Real men don't get
Stop that! This should change the
Right, Marston. We'll take 2 men with us. The rest will stay here and take care of the wounded. They'll plant charges at the gate. You and I'll provide the cover fire. This is it, men. Let's get that gate down. Get ready to hold off their fire, Marston. Hold them off! We need time to set the explosives!
It's a miracle you fools aren't dead!
You idiot! Marston, you're leaving them wide open! Come on! Drop your weapon! Here. Son of a bitch!
Fear makes you stink like a filthy pig.
Everyone get back! Here it comes!
You tend to your wounded. I gotta face Dutch alone.
Looks like it's me and you, John. You should have stayed at home.
I suggest you follow me. That one nearly gave me a haircut.
Son of a bitch! God damn it! You'll never take me alive, John! It's over, John.
I ain't leaving here without you.
You're just like me, John. You can't change who you are.
I ain't like you.
You can't erase the past, John. Killing me, it won't make it go away.
That's where you're wrong.
Hello again, John.
Hello, Dutch.
We gotta stop meeting like this.
Sure.
I got a plan, John.
You always got a plan, Dutch.
This is a good one.
I don't doubt it.
We can't always fight nature, John. We can't fight change. Can't fight gravity. We can't fight nothing. My whole life, all I ever did was fight.
Then give up, Dutch.
But I can't give up, neither. I can't fight my own nature. That's a paradox, John. You see?
Then I have to shoot you.
When I'm gone, they'll just find another monster. They have to. Because they have to justify their wages.
That's their business.
Our time has passed, John.
So at the end, you didn't have the guts to shoot him.
The man's dead, Ross.
Sure. Can I see your gun? Oh, trust me. It looks better in the report that way.
Where's my family?
Your wife was killed in a prison riot last week. So, I'm only joking, dear boy. They were sent back to that Scrabble ranch of yours in Beecher's Hope. They're quite safe and sound.
They better be.
Thank you, Mr. Marston, for everything. I know this wasn't easy for you, but I have to say, You've done your country proud.
Yeah, exactly. See you around, John. Try to stay out of trouble. Come on, Archer. Let's go find somebody else we can annoy.